What's going on, my fellow quarantine ladies and gents? It is Cooper. Welcome to Cooperville Podcast. Excited for this episode. It's episode number 50. We did our first live stream on YouTube. If you don't follow us on YouTube, make sure you go there and find Cooperville and subscribe. Also, going to be doing some stuff on Twitch. So if you are on Twitch, if you're not, join it. Download the app. It's available everywhere. And look for No Limit Cooper. We're going to be doing some streaming stuff live on there and then sharing that to our other social media profiles like YouTube and Facebook. Going to do some Facebook Live stuff in there too, just kind of learning new programs since we're all given this extra time to pick up some new things and learn some new tricks. So excited about that and excited for this podcast with Mikey Carvajal of Islander, longtime friend, known him for many years. Excited for our chat. But first things first. Special thanks to the sponsors of the Welcome to Cooperville podcast, Midwest Meals at MidwestMeals.com. They are still open, still doing their thing. They are essential. Your meal prep taken care of, and it doesn't matter where you live. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, go to MidwestMeals.com. Open up your account, start it, put a bunch of meals in there, get your order in by Friday at midnight, and then they ship out nationwide on Monday. Your meals arrive, and you're good to go for the week. So easy to do, especially easy if you'd like to save 10%, because you can do that with the promo code Cooper at checkout at MidwestMeals.com. The program is also brought to you by Violent Gentlemen Hockey Club, rocking my VGHC stuff today. They've really done some cool stuff with this whole social distancing quarantine thing that we're going to. They have enforced social distancing, flatten the curve t-shirts and hoodies and a bunch of that cool stuff. Go check them out, violentgentlemen.com. Also on Instagram, got a bunch of great pictures up there at Violent Gentlemen. So follow them and use the promo code Cooperville15 for 15% off your order at violentgentlemen.com. Monster Energy getting us through a lot of long days. We had the child at home doing homeschooling, all that stuff. Plenty of other things happening. Staying up late, still getting up early. Monster and Rain Body Fuel getting us through the day. That new Rain Thermogenic stuff they have out is fantastic. The jalapeno strawberry, it's the combination of things I never thought would be amazing together, but guess what? It's the best. It is the best. Find it at your local grocer or a convenience store, wherever you can still go in and buy stuff as of right now. As I said, Mikey Carvajal of the band Islander is my guest on episode 50 of the Welcome to Cooperville podcast. Talk about a lot of things, his early influences in music, kind of the albums that got him through, and a lot of discussion about how him and other artists are handling this time when they are usually on the road touring and what they are doing to stay connected to their fans. They're doing a bunch of kick-ass stuff. So without further ado, it's episode 50 of the podcast. Mikey Carvajal, Islander. It starts right now.
Welcome to Cooperville. Check. Welcome to Cooperville. Make sure you use a coaster.
It is the Welcome to Cooperville podcast. I am Cooper, excited today to be joined by my friend, Mr. Mikey Carvajal of Islander. Living the dream out in the Carolinas in seclusion like the rest of us.
My wife got a job in Indiana, so we live out here now. So
nice.
Yeah, but I'm a Carolina boy. You got it right.
How is the great state of Indiana treating you now that you're, I guess, a Midwesterner, kind of?
Oh, dude, I'm still a South Carolina kid.
It's in my blood.
Yeah, it is. I love South Carolina, dude. Indiana's cool too, man. I haven't got to experience too much of it because I've been on tour most of the time we've lived here. So when I've been home, I've just been trying to spend time with my wife. But then when all this happened, like now I'm home and I can't even leave the house. So I don't know much about this place.
I know that I have 3 places that I'm allowed to go, and I haven't been to any of those. It's a wild time though, man. It's a wild time to be alive and to be going through all this. And I know that you've been keeping yourself active, in the band active, doing some things online, really engulfing yourselves in doing some live shows, on different platforms. And you've jumped on a bunch of Instagram lives. I saw you with your guy Sonny the other day. I know you guys have a long history together, but you and Sonny go back like many years.
Yeah, I met him when I was 13, but that was just, in passing at a show like that. I had never seen them live until then. My brother took me to a show, and he had been listening to them for a long time. This is before they had released the Fundamental Elements of Southtown on a major label. So like when they were an independent band, my brother had been following them forever and keeping up with what they were doing. And so when I was 13, dude, I was ready, to experience music, and I saw it live, and I was just like, dude, this is sick. So I fell in love with music, and would go see POD through the years, and Sonny and I became friends through that. And then now, we're friends. I'm a fan, and we have the same career. So
they seem like a band, and POD has always been the band that kind of did things the right way. And you and I had a conversation about this many years ago, about picking up on that kind of influence on how the proper way to kind of navigate through the industry is. And I'm sure he's passed along just a laundry list of the do's and don'ts of making it in the biz.
Oh yeah, he's given me some advice, as well as the Corn guys and a lot of different people. They've given us advice and taken good care of us. But at the same time, I mean, Islander, we've always kind of learned, I don't want to say the hard way, but we have, like, we've just gone out there and punk rock, DIY'd it, dude. So like, yeah.
Seems like that should be the name of the book when it comes out. Punk rock DIY.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, when you go back, you talked about POD being one of the early influences musically on you. Like, do you remember like the records and stuff that you back when people listened to them, like first song to last song? What are the ones that stick out for you as like, yeah, that was one of the ones that drove me in this direction? Because going into music isn't, I mean, it takes a special breed of human to decide that you kind of want to go on this path. That it's not the glitz and glam that maybe that's foreseen on music videos and stuff. But so what were the albums that kind of gave you that direction?
I'm just gonna name the ones that just come to mind first that I used to listen to constantly. Still listen to them, but the ones that, and I'm gonna name one that I've been listening to that's newer. I'm sorry if you hear a squeak in the background, guys. This is really I'm trying to keep my dog occupied, make sure he doesn't pee on the floor and talk. So
he's a multitasker from way back in the day.
Interviewing at home, I've noticed, is so much different because I'm having to like take care of the dogs.
Right.
Whereas sitting in the van, it's I don't know, it's different. I don't have to take care of puppies, but yeah. So forgive me if you see me looking off or whatever. I'm here.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Mine's at my feet right now, sleeping. So
awesome. Okay, so as far as full like albums that like I used to just jam all the time. I listened to a lot of POD. So Fundamental Elements of Southtown, I basically wore that thing out when I was in middle school and high school. Saves the Day, Stay What You Are, that album. I listened to that thing constantly. Man, what else? Zayo, Save Yourself from Hell, the Liberate album. Norma Jean, Bless the Martyr, Kiss the Child. Joy Electric, Robot Rock. What else? Lately, it's been a band called Turnover. They have an album called Peripheral Vision. They're a newer band, but I've been listening to that. And yeah, I know there's tons more, but those are the ones that I remember just jamming constantly. Like the ones that they were always on repeat for me. So
right, the ones that kind of that filled the cup up to max capacity, where you said, you know what, I feel like this is something that I need to pursue as a lifestyle. Was there if you're not in the industry, if you're not doing music, did you come to a fork in the road and you were like, well, it's either this or I'm doing music? What was the other? Was there another career path for you, or was this always kind of laid out?
I was in college doing interdisciplinary study. So I had two majors. I was doing English and journalism. And I was only in college originally because I followed my ex-girlfriend there because I wanted to hang out with her more. I was like, well, if I go to college, like, we'll still be around each other more. So stupid reasons, I mean, to begin with, but it did get me in there, and I'm thankful for that. And I eventually, when we broke up, I found my own reasons for being there and started enjoying it, which I've never enjoyed school, but there were parts of this that I actually did enjoy. And I enjoyed the poetry class, and a lot of them, I found myself loving writing more and more. And I already loved writing lyrics, but like this kind of helped me figure out even better ways to do that. And I love reading and stuff. So yeah, I feel like I found the experience there that was outside of the original dumb reason I went. And I met my wife through college as well, so that worked out. But I didn't really have a job picked out, and I never even finished college. Like I have like 3 classes left, because once the band started kind of taking off a little more, I was like, well, this is what I actually want to do. So like college is a tour van. So
right.
that's real college for me. So I'm always telling people, like, I don't think college is for everybody, dude, especially now. Like I know people that have degrees and they don't even use them.
Right.
I mean, I don't hate either way. I love education in school, but I hope people are in it for the right reasons. The same way with rock and roll, I hope people are in it for the right reasons, because there are a lot of bands that are just, dude, like people love on them, and I don't want to be a hater, and I'm not going to sit here and say names or anything, but there's bands that are in it for the wrong reasons. They're out there to be rock stars and be the cool guy on stage, and it's like that was never my thought process when I got into music. I always loved music to be a part of it with everybody else, and how it encouraged me and was a positive influence on me. So I want that for other people. So Islander, we've never been about being the cool rock star. It's always been about loving people and meeting people where they're at. So, I'm sorry, I was supposed to just answer,
No, it's all good. This
I
is
have your job in mind, but
the great thing about podcasting and live streaming and stuff like that is, it's not a Q&A, it's open form conversation. So no, all the insights that you put in there, I mean, I don't know if anything outside of what we're all going through right now has made it evident that physically going to a classroom every day, everybody that was making fun of people for having the University of Phoenix online degree is now getting their degree online.
Yep.
It's like,
Absolutely.
hey, it's a whole new realm of things. And I think in the age of the internet, and this applies both to that education factor and music, because you have the capabilities now of doing things more independently, just because of kind of the ease of technology and ways to get your music out there that aren't the standard ways that it always used to be done. So it's definitely brought a new I think attitude towards that college aspect of it. Like, is it something that you need to have? Is it it seems so cookie cutter American, kind of like, well, you go to school and you get good grades in high school, then in your junior year you start looking at colleges, and you pick out your college, and you go to college, and then you go, well, then what?
Yep.
Nobody has the answer for what's after that. And so I think there are certain professions that you probably should have some education. Like, I don't want to go to a doctor who got their degree online. I'd rather maybe have them have some hands-on experience if they're removing an organ or something. But but I think there's a lot of education that's out there. But on the music aspect of it, you guys have found ways to get your music out in avenues and have the ability to go in and do a song or do a cover. I listened to the REM cover. So you can just like do things on a whim. It doesn't have to be set up. It doesn't have to be on an album cycle or anything like that. It's opened up a lot of doors.
Yeah, we still got to go through the record label, but
right.
Yeah.
they still got to talk to those guys. Yes.
Still got to talk to those guys, but yeah, it's I agree, man. It's definitely, like, even what we're doing now, the fact that somebody can just jump in here and watch it, like, it's awesome the ways that bands can connect with people now, and a lot of bands don't take advantage of it. So I think it's dope.
Yeah, and doing things in this in the current state of affairs that we're all in. I mean, I don't know how long Indiana's on the safer at home or quarantine or lockdown or whatever title they give you state by state, but we just got extended here in Wisconsin until May 26th.
Really?
Yeah, stay at home order. I think I can't confirm it, but I think we're one of the longest under this order in the country. So,
wow, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes longer than that. Some of my theories are like, dude, like I feel like we're being thrown out there. More people are going to start getting sick and dying, and then they're going to tell everybody like, all right, like you really do have to be home now. Like we're going to shut down airlines and everything. I feel kind of like we're going to still see some other stuff happen. I don't feel like it's over.
But you guys have taken this time to do some fun stuff. What just to be, I think, continually in with your fans, talking to your friends. The Jacoby conversation on Instagram was amazing. I know you guys have developed a great relationship over the years as well. But you've found ways to keep yourself present and in the minds of your fans.
Yeah, dude, just trying to use technology and just more than anything our passion that we already have to spend time with them, our fans. Like we just want to be able to let them know they're not alone, connect with them, and we're all going through the same things right now, so we just want to be there for one another. And if I feel like if they can just see a face or whatever through a phone, they'll know, like, man, like they still exist. And it's the same for us, dude, like connecting like with Jacoby and Sonny and people like that, and letting people see those conversations. I feel like that's the only form of entertainment we have right now, because we can't go on tour. So for fans, seeing bands that conversate that they don't usually get to see, just have a full-on conversation.
Right.
That's the only things I can think of right now that's kind of new for fans. But yeah, we've been going on there, and I'll play a couple acoustic songs. Eric will play some electric guitar playthroughs of our songs, and then I'll slime some of my action figures, like just entertaining things. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like this is all new to me. So as far as like having to play shows, so to speak, through a phone, like it can't be a normal show. It's got to be something goofy. So like we have a segment called Pet the Puppy, where everybody pets puppy. So
I feel like if I interrupt mine during his nap, which I think he's bored with everybody being home thing now. He's like, okay, we've done the walks, we've done the playing fetch. I'm gonna go back to when I could nap all day long. That was great. So he's back in his normal routine.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a French bulldog.
Oh man, I love French bulldogs.
All right, fine. Tucker, come here.
I'm sorry, Tucker.
It's all good. He just, as soon as I said his name, he's like, what? Come here. There we go. All right.
Tucker, you're live, buddy.
You're live. You're live on YouTube. Do you have anything to add? What does that microphone smell like? Right.
He's adorable. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So yeah, this is life. All right. Sorry. Back to your nap. My apologies.
Dude, he's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for that, Tucker.
Thank you for that cameo. He's gonna ask for the check now. He's gonna be like, so we're getting the good dog food now, right? Yeah, getting the good stuff. But have you found? I mean, you talked about finding different ways and fun ways to perform and stuff like that. Have this given you any like creative time? I know we're all trying to find things to kind of pass the time, but have you found yourself doing any writing or kind of exploring different things with the live show, for when they open the gates back up? Where's the creativity part come in as you're going through this kind of isolation?
Yeah. Dude, I'm constantly writing. But as far as the creative side, like what we've been trying to do, we're still working on our record. We're calling it we're doing it like prison style. So we're all like trapped somewhere. And we've recorded so many demos. We have 61 demos that we recorded before all this happened. So
Wow.
we're like, well, we have all the stems, you know, like each part of those things recorded. So we're like sending them out to our friends that we wanted different guest vocalists on certain songs. And we're like, hey, do you have recording equipment at home? Can you knock out your guest vocal? And we're going to send them to a producer and just be like, yo, all that stuff that we did, just finagle it and let's do a prison style record, because we've already recorded it, so we know for a fact they can clean it up. And we're like, let's just send it to the label and have like a guest appearance on each song. So I've been hitting up all kind of people, dude, that I'm friends with, and right now I think there's like 12 or 13 songs that I'm wanting to put out with guest vocals all over them, that just kind of show our friends and stuff, and just say like we were all at home together during this time, and here's a bunch of songs with a bunch of different people on them from Islander.
How cool has that been? I mean, obviously everybody is looking for time fillers, but to be able just to, like, you know, call up whomever and say, hey, let's throw this down. And obviously the recording ability is a lot of people can do a lot of things for in their own homes, and boom. I mean, again, I think the concept, that prison album concept, I feel like there's the title is somewhere in there.
Yeah, dude. Quarantine prison album.
Because we're all going through it.
We really are. So I hope this comes out. I hope we can finish it, but that's kind of my project right now. Just seeing if we can finish an album from prison. So
do you think that this, just the way that things are going, and things that have been canceled and things that have been postponed, and the way the industry has pivoted, I mean, I think it's been great for me as a fan of all genres of music to be able to go on a place like Instagram and see a real intimate vantage point, a lot of acoustic stuff, you know, sitting in your room, sitting in the office, sitting somewhere in your house, just real like back to basic forms of entertainment. And people are spending all that time on their devices because they can't go and enjoy a live show. But do you think that coming out of this that things are different? I want to say, like, in the vantage point of the next time a show comes to town, you don't miss that show. You know, the next time that an album comes out, you don't miss drop date. Or, you know, people, I think it feels like people might be a little more eager and anticipating to go out and see their favorite bands perform, just because they realize that gift, that blessing when Islander comes through town, isn't happening right now because nobody can go through any town.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to do. I think it's going to spread some things thin. I think some people will still be like a little scared to come out to the shows, but like depending on a vaccine or whatever, I don't know. I'm not getting into the conspiracy theories of it all, but like, I definitely think that, you know, until they find something, I feel like people are still going to be a little scared and skeptical to come out. But I feel like there is a demand right now for music, but I feel like we're spoiled, dude. Like the minute that everything can go back to normal, I feel like people will just get back in that same rut that they were in with a lot of things. I feel like we take things for granted. Maybe not, you know, maybe it won't be so fast, but like I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in other people or whatever. It's just when you have something that's available to you every day, I feel like you do end up taking it for granted. Not you, I'm saying like people end up taking it for granted that they have it. So I don't know. I hope that people don't. I hope that we've kind of learned a little bit of our lesson with this, but I don't know. And also, like, if things do like all open it back up, like I feel like people are going to also be like, dude, like, but I want to go to this restaurant tonight instead of seeing this band because I want to go back out and eat. And like, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know what's going to happen, but I hope people want to come out to shows and go crazy and enjoy themselves and be stoked. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all learning a good lesson in the things that we took for granted and the things that we, thought, we can always go and do that. We always have the capabilities of stopping at our favorite restaurant, or, I mean, hell, at this point, going to your neighbor's house, for a barbecue, or going to the beach, or going to the pool. And now that those things are limited, hopefully, and whenever that day comes, that, cause I think we're probably both in agreement that they're not going to open the floodgates and, come in and everybody's free to go. It's going to be a slow process of things.
It won't be an overnight thing. It'll definitely be slow. And again, like, I don't think we're out of the woods yet, even with like quarantine. I feel like we're going to see more of that. But it is weird to think that we might not play a show till fall 2021. Maybe longer. I hope so badly that somehow this year shows get back to going. Like, I'm right there with everybody else. Like, that's my livelihood. That's my love. Like, I want to play shows. But reality is, behind the scenes, people are really talking about like next fall, like 2021. And that's scary, because how long can you keep people entertained by just jumping on a phone and having a conversation?
Right.
As a band, as a live band. So,
yeah, I think it's going to be everything is like wait and see right now.
Yep.
It's waiting, and you wake up the next day and there's new regulations and changes to what you can and can't do. I mean, I think Friday they opened up golf courses. It was weird. Like, all the golf courses were closed, and say you golf by yourself or you golf with one other guy, but you can go to Walmart and be around thousands of people.
Yep.
So they're starting to adjust some of those things. But I do have to give a shout out to Joseph, who's jamming on the YouTube right now. He's thanking you guys for the social distancing tour, and he can't wait for the new song with AJ and the new album. So, Joseph, what's up?
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you for listening, bro. Love you, man.
So you found I want to talk about the puppy, because it's there's a time filler. How's puppy training going?
Dude, it's nuts, man. He turned a year old on Wednesday, so I don't know if that's considered puppy anymore, but he's a freaking puppy, dude. And he's crazy. He's got energy. He doesn't get tired, which I don't understand. I have another dog too. He's an old dog. He's a senior dog. He's like 13 now, but so he's easy to take care of. He just wears a diaper and stuff, but he's good to go. He knows all the rules. The puppy, he's just, I don't even know what to say. He's a joy. I love him. He's brought so much life to our house, but man, he's made me busy. So
he sounds like my 9-year-old, like who should be trained in all of these aspects, but isn't.
Yeah, no, totally. And like, that's the thing. Like, I feel so rude right now because, I'm on here trying to carry on this conversation, and I can feel him behind me trying to tear up a blanket. I keep reaching behind me, and I keep having to look away to see what he's doing. But that's real life.
And I think everybody's now, they're all getting that look into people's lives. They're getting to see what, like, the reality of what a musician's life looks like. It's not just, you see him on the road, you see him on a tour, and you see him at a show, maybe after the show. But no, like, you're dealing with real shit. You got puppy accidents and dog diapers.
Like, literally. Yeah, I was just cleaning some of that up, before we jumped on this call, and it's funny. It's not funny, but I felt terrible, again, about yesterday, where I forgot about the interview, and my days are just screwed up. And then I wake up and I'm like trying to get ready for this interview, and I walk into the kitchen and there it is. There's just a big pile of poop right there. And I'm just like, my gosh. So I start cleaning that, and I'm getting that all cleaned up and freaking out because I knew I was late over here. And I'm like, I hope he doesn't think I forgot again. Like,
yeah.
So, because last night I had made my schedule again, and I just set my alarms, and my wife even called me today, and she was like, make sure you're up, 'cause she's next door working right now. And I was like, I'm up. I was like, I'm good. I can't believe I forgot yesterday. So
that's been a part of this whole experience, I think, for everybody, especially if you are like, I'm doing all my work in my jobs from home. The days all run together. There's not really a weekend. Does it really matter? Like,
right.
like,
right. Yeah. All the same day right now.
Yeah. And I'm anal retentive about like scheduling and stuff. So I'll have I'm old school. Like I have a desk calendar and I have a day-to-day calendar. I have the i calendar, and
That's good,
I still
man.
miss shit. I miss shit all the time. I'm like, oh, that was today. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was Monday. Who knew?
Dude, yeah. It's weird. My schedule's all jacked up. It's like I'll go to bed when the sun's coming up. I'll wake up in the afternoon. Dude, everything's all jacked up right now. I don't know what year, what day, anything. I'm just existing out here. So
Well, I think that's all we can do, and that's kind of the only options we have left. Is like, all right, another day.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on next. But having all the, and I want to kind of wrap on this, is really exciting times, I think, because of the creativity that's finding itself right now. You talk about all that music and the cool prison quarantine album that you guys are working on. I think it gives a lot of excitement. Everybody's looking for that one kind of light. Like, I can't wait until this. And I think when you add all the artists right now that are stuck doing the same thing, but all that talent is at home, they're writing and collaborating like you guys. So there's, man, the epic music that's going to drop after this is done.
Oh yeah, I hope so. One thing I'm kind of stoked about is a lot of bands don't write their own songs, so I'm hoping that they're all home having to write their own songs for once.
Finally, for the first time ever, they have to write their own stuff.
Yeah, like I hope that's what's happening, but I don't know. I know a lot of people are writing through Zoom and they just get songs sent over to them and they're like, oh, cool, like we'll cover it basically. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that.
That's not my style. That's not how I roll.
Nah.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff. Artists with all their band members on Zoom and then audio tracks on one side and going through songs. And
yep.
So it's cool. They're utilizing all these, the options that are out there, because it really has, I mean, imagine if the internet went down, Lord, we could riot.
Yeah, dude, there would be nothing to do then.
Oh,
we're all going to be for real, like feeling like we're the Amish or something, dude. Like,
there was a great meme out when this all first started. Like, someone needs to make sure the Amish know that this is going around. Like, someone should tell them. Drive out.
Yeah, somebody needs to send them a letter or something and be like, "Yo."
Yeah, Mikey, I just want to say that I really appreciate the time, brother, and I'm glad you guys are doing well, and I'm really excited for the creativity that's to come. One thing that I remember telling you in the first interview we had, again, this when it was between, I think, Coconut Dracula and New Wave, which New Wave is still one of my favorite songs of like all time.
Thank you very much, man. That's awesome.
But we chatted, and I said the best thing about Islander, and you guys had just kind of made it into the radio play world, is that Islander sounds like Islander. When I used to be in radio, I did it for over 2 decades, in most of that in rock radio. There would be sweep. If I didn't know, then this could all have been the same artist.
Yeah.
But when Islander came out, it was like, okay, there's a band that sounds like themselves. Like they have their own thing going on. And so I've always been a huge fan of the band, a huge fan of yours and your attitude and your mentality towards things and your positive outlook. And it's just it's refreshing to have that. And especially in a time like now, man, it's great to see your face and hear your voice and have a chance to chat.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I don't take that lightly. Anytime somebody listens to our music or whatever, my dogs are fighting now. Do you hear this?
The young versus the old. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, dude, be careful with him. But but no, I just dude, I can't thank you enough for having me on, and I can't thank you enough for listening and being a real one, dude. Like, thank you for supporting us, and yeah, it doesn't fall on deaf ears. So thank you very much,
dude. My Power Under Control hoodie is my favorite hoodie of all time, and it shows.
Dude, that's freaking sick, dude.
It's the one with
That's awesome.
the skull on the side of it. Yeah, still got that bad boy.
Dude, I love that one, dude. I have that one too, man. I rock it. I haven't worn it in a while, but dude, yeah, I'll always love the skull on the side.
Yeah, it seems every time I've worn that out in public or to a show, like somebody tries to confiscate it.
Are you serious?
They're like, "Hey, man, that's a badass hoodie. Like how much you want for it?" I'm like, "There is not a price tag you can put on this hoodie. I'm sorry."
That's sick, dude. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that.
Awesome. Hey, Mikey, take care of yourself. Blessings to you guys, and hopefully we're all out of the umbrella here soon, and we can get back to seeing you guys out on the road and hearing that new stuff. I'm excited.
Absolutely, man. Here, I'm going to show you guys this real quick before you jump off of here. Old one telling the younger one what to do. Here we go. Lucas is the brown one. Charlie's the little gold one. That's what you're hearing the time. So
they're getting rowdy.
Dude, they're so rowdy. It's intense. They're trying to mosh over here.
They're in need of that entertainment too. They're like, I just want to get out and mosh, man.
They believe me. I'm their entertainment. I'm their television. So that, like, when I'm on here, they're like, let's do stuff. Make him get up and talk to us.
If you don't, we're just gonna the little one's gonna mosh with the old one. It's gonna get messy in here. You're gonna have another mess to clean.
Thanks for having me, bro. And seriously, I just I'm honored. So I appreciate this very much.
Awesome, brother. Stay in touch. Take care of yourself, and let's stay in contact and get you back on here soon.
Absolutely, man. Love you guys. Peace.
Thanks, Mikey.